Hello and hi everyone. So I hope all of you are in a good day. Stay safe and stay at home. So welcome back to my YouTube channel Syuhada Fatana. It's been a long time since the last video. In today's video, I will gonna share to you about the selection structure. To be specific, I will gonna share with you about the selection structure using the C++ programming language. Throughout this video, I'm going to show you about the example of problem that using a selection structure. So to run the program, I will use the dev C++ as a compiler. Okay, before that, let me see what is the content of today's video. So first, in this video, throughout this video, of course, I will show you about the example of the certain or some problem that required us to use the selection structure instead of other structure. And then next, we're gonna look about the Boolean values, relational operators, and expression. Next, we move to the logical operators, operator precedence, and then we're gonna have a look on three types of selection structure, which is one-way selection, two-way selection, and then the last one is multi-way selection. Okay, for this video, I'm gonna not show you about the multi-way selection. That will cover in the next video, so stay tuned. Before we start on the new structure, I will always remind you about three basic control structure that we have. So first is sequence structure that we already learned in previous chapter, and then here today we're gonna learn about the selection structure, and then the last one is repetition structure, or we call as a looping structure. Okay, so now let me move to the specific things in this video, which is selection structure. First, let me see what is selection structure. So selection structure is a structure that contains two different set of instruction, which is one set of instruction will be executed and the other one will not be executed or will be ignored by the computer. So which set of instruction is executed and which is ignored is depends on the condition, that is we as a programmer written in a programming statement. Selection structure is a yes or no, or true or false. If the first instruction not executed, we will execute the next instruction. So next, we're going to look about the condition. What is actually condition? Condition is actually a crucial part in the selection structure. Without a condition, the selection structure itself cannot be executed. Okay, a condition is an expression which have the Boolean values. As we all know, in the last chapter, I already told you about the Boolean values. So Boolean value only have two values, either true or false, or some other will call as a yes or no, 1 or 0. So now we focus on use the true or false. The expression itself is sometimes called a decision maker because it decides whether to execute the statement that follow it. The expression is usually a logical expression. So let me see example of the condition or the expression itself. So first is salary is more than 2,000 per month. So that is a logical expression. And then second condition is age is less than 15 years. Number more than 300. Value is not equal to 500. So all this is the example of the condition that we usually use in our coding. Okay, so after that we're gonna look about the logic expression. As I said before, the expression or the condition itself is usually a logical expression. So what is a logical expression? An expression that evaluates the true or false. For example, 8, the logical expression itself is 8 is greater than 3. It's true. 8 is greater than 3. Of course, it's true. So, the expression, the logical expression for the statement is, we use the logical operator, the symbol sign, greater than equal, more than, So, 8 more than 3 is a logical expression. So, larger than, greater than, more than is an operator in C++. So, it is example of relational operator. So, next we gonna look about the relational operator. So, this table show about the relational operator that we have in C++ itself. So, first we have the equal to. So this is the value, which means the equal sign means the equal to, and then the exclamation mark equal refer to not equal to, and then we have the less than equal, greater than equal. So this is some example of some logical expression that use the relational operators. So the table show the use of relational operator with integers and real numbers. Okay, so for the first expression is 8 less than 15. So the value is true. 8 less than 15, the value is true. 6 is not equal to 6, false. Should be the answer. If we want to have the value true, it's going to be 6 equal to 6. So if the expression is 6 not equal to 6, of course the value will be the false. And then 2.5 larger than 5.8, which is false. And then 5.9 less than or equal to 7.5 is true. And then 7 less than equal 10.4, which is true. Okay, this is some note that I get for you. It is important that you have to keep in mind that in C++, the symbol equal, which consists of two equal signs, is called an equality operator. Meanwhile, the symbol equal is called as assignment operator. So equal mean equality operator determine whether two expression is equal. And we have assignment operator, equal only, assign the value of an expression to a variable. So please keep that in mind. Don't simply you have to differentiate between the equality operator and the assignment operator. Okay, so next we're gonna have a look on the three types of selection structure. We have first one-way selection, and then second is two-way selection, and then third is multi-way selection. So first, we look on the one-way selection. As you can see in the flowchart given, this is the flowchart that show the flow of execution of one-way selection. If you have the condition, if true, we're gonna execute the statement, and then if false, it will end the program. So on the right side, you can see the syntax of one-way selection. How to read it? If the value of the expression is true, the statement will be executed. But if the value of the expression false, the statement does not execute, which means the program will end. This is for one-way selection, which mean we have one statement or one expression only. Okay. As I mentioned earlier, throughout this video, throughout this chapter, I'm going to show you about the example of problem that might use the selection structure. So in this example, we have to calculate total payment for each customer when they will get 10% discount if the total payment is more than 1,000 ringgit. So first, you must always remember before we start a program, we have to do a pseudocode and a flowchart. We have to do the program design. First is program analysis, and then we have to do the program design. So we already analyze the question. The question is we need to calculate the total payment when the user get the 10% discount if the payment is more than 1,000 ringgit. So you have to do the IPO. I will always remind you to always draft the I, input, P, process, and then third is output. So let me see the pseudocode first. So the pseudocode here, as you can see, we start and then the input is the payment. And then the process start, if the payment is 1,000, we set the payment to 0.9 times payment. Why 0.9? Because it is 10% discount. 100% minus 10% is 90%. So we convert it into decimal places, it will be 0.9, and then we times to the payment and then display. What happen if the payment is not more than 1,000? It will automatically will display the payment itself. It will not do the if statement. And then we look at the flowchart. As you can see in the flowchart, what is the crucial part here is the shape itself. If you wrong the shape, for input you have to do the parallelogram, and then for the diamond is the if statement, and then for the process is rectangle. So next we see the C++ program for this problem. I already show you the code, so you can try at home. You can try yourself using the dev C++ compiler, and then try to type this coding and run it. Okay, as you can see here, of course, don't forget the preprocessor header, which is include IO stream and the using namespace standard. And then we move to the body itself, the function. Okay, first I want the user to enter the payment. Okay, and then we have to declare double payment. Why I use double, not integer? Because it might be user want to insert the scene value, and then see in payment. Okay, if the payment more than 1,000, the payment will be 0.9 times payment. So you will display the payment using the output statement, which is cout. Your payment is the payment. Don't forget to call the payment itself. Okay, try it at home. Okay, try it yourself. Okay, next we're going to see about the second selection structure, which is two-way selection. So as you can see the flowchart below, the flowchart show you the flow of execution of two-way selection structure. So we will have two statements because it has two-way, which means it has two alternatives, two things to display or two things to process. So on the right side, you can see the syntax of two-way selection. If expression, you have to write the parenthesis or the bracket. If you forget to put the bracket itself, you will have some error in your coding. So if action, and then if the first statement is true, and then it will execute the first statement, and then if the first action is false, the second statement will be executed. So in this example, is to determine whether a person is an adult or not. So this problem states that someone is at least 21 years old will be considered as an adult. So you have to do the problem analysis. You analyze what is the I, what is the P, what is the O. Okay, after you already recognize all the IPO, so it will easy for you to do the pseudocode and the flowchart. So the input for this problem is age. Then the process is gonna look about if the age is larger than 20, then the program or the system will display the person is an adult. Else, we will display the person is not an adult. That one we call as a two-way selection because it has alternative or two statements we want to execute. First is the person is an adult, and then second statement is the person is not adult. If the first expression or the first condition is true, and then it will display the first statement. If the expression is false, and then the program will execute the second statement. As you can see also in the flowchart, it will consist all the IPO. Flowchart is really important you draw it with the right shape. Okay, so next we're going to look the C++ program or the example to determine whether a person is an adult or not. So I already show you the C++ program. You can try it yourself. You can try it at home using the dev C++ compiler. Okay, we focus on the body itself. I want the person to enter their age. So, and then we declare the age using the integer variable. Why I use the integer? Because the age, we already know that age doesn't have the decimal places. It is an integer, so we just have to use the integer for the for the age. And then see input statement age, and then we're going to check, the program will check if the age is larger than equal 21. The program will show you the person is an adult. Else, the program will display the person is not adult. So next subtopic is if statement. Maybe you will have some repetition in this session. So this is one to recap to you about the if statement itself. So I'm going to show you again about the format of if statement. So this is the if statement that have two-way selection. It have the if expression is true, and then we execute the first statement, and then if the expression is false, we will execute the second statement. So you must remember that else and statement 2 is only optional. When to use else and when to use statement 2. If you have one statement only, we're going to use one-way selection only. So else and statement 2 is not required. So if you have two alternative or two statements that want to display and want to process, and then we're going to have to use the else and statement 2. Okay, let me see the example of the previous example, either to determine a person is an adult or not. This is, I want to show you where is the condition, and then execute. Okay, so as you can see, the condition here is in the bracket itself. So if age larger than equal 21, this is logical expression. Age larger than equal 21 is a logical expression. So this is called also as a condition. So if the condition is true, and then it will execute the first statement, and then if the condition is false, and then it will execute the second statement. Okay. So know that if and but could be switched if the condition is changed to the opposite. So as you can see here, the condition, I already changed the condition. In the previous example, I show you the condition is age larger than equal 21. But here, when I change the condition, age larger than less than equal 21, so the statement will be different. So here, if the age less than or equal 31, the first statement will be the person is not an adult. And else, if the condition is false, it will be the person is an adult. So you must know that we can switch the condition. So next subtopic is logical or Boolean operator. Logical operator enable the user to combine logical expression. The condition will still have the value, Boolean value, which is true or false. And then C++ has three logical operators as shown in the table. So first we have the exclamation mark, we call as a not. So the explanation, okay, so the not sign is for invert condition, which means we invert the condition. For example, if the condition is age greater than equal 21, so it will invert the condition. So the program will read the condition as age is less than equal 21. And then the second operator is AND. So we use the symbol AND 2 times. What is mean by this operator? It means all condition must be true. I believe that you already understand what is the function of AND statement, because we already learned in the previous chapter. Okay, and then we have the OR sign. OR sign is at the you can get on the upper keyboard, on your keyboard, on the enter, up of the enter, above the enter button is we have the OR sign. You have to put the OR sign 2 times with no spacing at all. And then what is the function of the OR sign? At least one condition is true. Okay, next we're gonna have to look on the operator precedence. So you can see the operator precedence here. We have the first precedence and the last precedence, which means which sign or which operator we have to do first. either the or statement or the plus statement first. So you can see all the precedent itself. So here is the example of C++ program that use logical operator. As you can see, the program here is to determine whether a person is eligible for hostel or not. So the process is we will calculate based on the selection will be based on his CGPA and the merit of activities. The comment there, student is eligible if the CGPA is more than 2.5. The score is more than 5. Okay, so you can see that in the condition in the bracket CGPA 2.1 and activities are larger than 5, then this is eligible for else. If the condition is false, if the student does not meet the condition, the program will display the condition and the program will display put the student is not eligible. So thank you, and then you will show the thank you. So you have tried yourself C++ program, plus have any problem, any issue, you can always email me, contact me about issue. Okay, next we move on the next subsection, which is compound or block of statement. If and if else control only one statement at a time to permit more complex statement. C++ provide to you a structured state or block of statement. The compound statement. It has the bracket and then all the statement you want to put in the curly brace itself. So the compound consists of one or more statement enclosed in a curly bracket. Curly braces. Okay. You have to carefully listen because if you leave or forget to put the curly braces, will cause the error. So okay, next we're gonna have a look on the example of using compound or block of statement. So as you can see, there are two examples. First example is using simple two-way selection structure in the left side. So if the age is larger than equal 18, is eligible to vote. So if the condition is false, and then the program will display not eligible to vote. So let me see to the right side. On the right side, we use the compound or block of statement, compound statement. So as you can see, instead of we display only eligible to vote, we'll also display the no longer minor. So there are two output of this statement. If the expression is true, and then it will display two statement, and you must also remember that you have to put the curly braces. And then else is if the condition is false, and then you will display the not eligible to vote, and then still a minor. Okay, this is the example of using a variable with data type bool for the condition. I want to remind you that bool is one of the data type that have two value, which is either true or false, either 1 or 0. So we refer to the previous example of determining whether a student is eligible for hostel or not. So instead of we using the previous way, so we use the data type bool to solve this problem. So we declare first the eligible variable using the data type bool, and then the eligible itself will have the condition is CGPA larger than 2.5 and activity scored more than 5, and then it will go to the if statement. If the eligible, which is the condition, is true, if the condition is true, which condition? The eligible condition. If the eligible true, and then the program will output student is eligible for hostel. Else, if the condition is false, and then the system or the program will output the student is not eligible for hostel. You can try it yourself, okay, using the dev C++ compiler. So that's all for today's video. So let me recall back what we have learned today. First, we already learned about the two types of selection structure, which is one-way selection structure, and then second is two-way selection structure. Other than that, we already learned about the Boolean values, relational operators, and expression. And then we already looked about the logical operators, the operator precedence. So I want you to take a look, and if you have any question, you can ask me at the comment below. Thank you. See you again.